I'm Josh Garza, the drummer for the Secret Machines.
This is Phil. I play guitar with Secret Machines, and you're watching Innerviewworld.com.
You're all originally from the Dallas area. What led you to leave Texas and head for New York?
Man, it's a classic question that I think most artists have to deal with. It's like you got to leave home and you got to go to the big city. And the arts in Dallas are just, I don't care if you're a writer or a photographer or you're in a band, you're not going to make it there.
People stagnate there. We know lots of really great artists that just kind of fall into a hole in Dallas. So
it's a comfort thing.
It is. It's a comfortable place, and there's a lot of cool people around, but people get too comfortable. It makes you not lazy, but maybe complacent a little bit.
And so that's why we left, because we wanted at least we wanted, like, you don't want to die saying, man, I at least tried. And that's all, I think that's really important, is to, like, at that moment of death, you can just say, well, I was trying to do what I was trying to do, and that's my dance, it'd be a sad world if everybody decided just to be complacent.
Your band has been through quite an evolution in terms of personnel and direction. Would you say it's been a refining process along the way?
Well, let's see. We'll ask Phil, the new guitarist. What do you think?
It's been transitional. We all get along musically though, so it hasn't been that hard. It's like. It's been about a year and a half since we've actually been making noise collectively since Ben left, who I'm good friends with from years ago, so it's a little incestuous. But it's comfortable. It's comfortable. We all have the same musical aspirations and stuff, so, people could, as far as how people perceive it, I don't really know. Like, for us, it's just, we're all on the same wavelength, and, so that's kind of what matters to me,
Do you find that fans of your earlier affiliations stay with you, or do you develop a new following?
Both,
definitely.
Yeah. There's a lot of new fans that are, like, really turned on by what we're doing now, and there's a lot of old fans that are just, like, dogging it because it's not Ben in the band, it's a different sound, or they sound. It's the classic example. We're not giving people what they expected, and the only thing that makes me feel better is that, man, they booed Dylan, and he's Dylan, you know what I mean? So it's like, they boo him, they gotta boo us, you know what I mean? And you can't satisfy everybody all the time, so, hopefully we can find that good balance with some of the new fans and no fans.
It's a very competitive scene out there. What do you guys feel you bring to the table that gives you an edge?
I don't know if it gives us an edge or not, but, like, we mean what we're doing, and we really believe in it, and we're not just phoning it in, It's like, if we have a bad show, we're bombed out until we can redeem ourselves, It's not like, we definitely don't go through the motions. In a lot of bands, I'm not saying no names and taking no names, but a lot of bands do it to be famous and to be, on the radio and stuff, and we'd be doing it anyway. We were before, all, in different incarnations, and if we would make no money and nobody would come, we would still be doing it.
Which is sort of the case in some cities.
So I don't know if you can, at least for me, I can't dwell on that. I just have to just keep being creative and trying to stay inspired and do things that I think are vital and, that mean something. At least to me, if nothing else,
Speaking of an edge, you seem to have a fan and you choose guitar as the edge. What has he said about your music?
I think he digs it. I think he said it was one of the last few records that he fell in love with, which is actually really, it's really nice, very flattering. Hopefully he likes the new one. I haven't heard him say anything in a while.
We need to get him.
We need to get it to him. I think it's really cool. It seems like a lot of people like us that are in bands, like Foo Fighters, and we're playing with Oasis, and David Bowie's a fan, and it's like, it's cool when people that we love and respect are kind of giving us props, and that means a lot. Because at least means that people that really know how hard it is to play music can at least dig what we do and say, man, all right, this is good. because, I mean, there's this great Nick Cave quote that a lot of critics don't know about, and it's like Nick Cave once said, man, it's really hard to write a shitty song. You know what I mean? And so to even have a good song, man, it's like it's even that much harder. And a lot of critics don't know that. They're just like, oh, this sucks, or this is that. And it's like, dude, it's cool if you don't dig it, but don't knock it for effort, if you can. And that's what I feel like is a bit unfair.
Can you talk to us a little bit about your latest album?
Well, for me, it was kind of a balance to try to maintain the sound that these guys had before and still play my own stuff, which is like I've never learned other people's songs. It's the first time ever that I have, And so I don't know how I approached it. It was just a natural creative process. I don't think there was never like a big mark on the board that said this is what we're going for. It's like we all kind of have similar musical views, so it was pretty organic how it went down. So.
And also, I mean, it's funny because in this band, and Brandon talked about it earlier today, and it kind of reminded me is that when we started Sticky Machines, we said, look, this band is about every member being able to express himself the way he wants to be expressed. Kind of like the final revolution. That doing what you dig, and bringing Phil back in, I think made us have to do that because we didn't have Ben, we didn't have like the comfort zone of a band that's been together. We had to start over, and it was kind of cool to be like, okay, Phil, you do what you're good at, Brandon, you do what you're good at, I'll do what I'm good at, and give each other the space to be who we are. And it was kind of cool. It's almost like we did a first record again, And I know it sounds hokey, but
it kind of was, And these guys, they gave me the go-ahead to just like, hey, we like how you play, so do what you do. Obviously you can't replace Ben. Like nobody can, nobody can out Ben or outdo somebody that they're, what they do, So they said, do what you do, and then, So it was kind of a free-for-all, It's like any idea was cool. No matter how crazy it was like, yeah, let's try it at least, So it was pretty low stress. And whatever happened was, that's just what it is, It's a moment in time.
How much of the songs are based on real-life experience?
Well, I mean, the actual recording of the song is a real-life experience. We try to be vague. You hear the lyrics and, you want to know, is he talking about, a breakup, or is it this, or is it just a story?
I don't even think he knows. Brandon doesn't even know.
No, but I think deep down he does. But
he does, but
he doesn't want to give it up.
Yeah,
and I think that's the beauty of the space rock, is that you can bring your story to the table, and that's because I've had fans come up to me going, man, this song means this to me, and I love it for that. And I'm just like, man, I ain't going to tell you what it really means, because it's like, it means what you want it to mean, And it's funny because some songs are like, that's real literal. This is this type of song. And we're like, I think we could be like that, or Brandon could be like that, and say, look, this is what the song's about. But he's leaving it a little open, a little more vague, because that's the whole point of like, a performer and an audience is to kind of like bridge that gap. It's like, hey, it's interactive. You bring to the table as an audience member what you have emotionally that day, and we'll do the same. And that's what you call a rock and roll experience, And without it, it's like people would stay home and watch, American Idol and be told what to feel and what to see and what to vote for and stuff like that.
Which they do.
Believe it or not.
But not everybody.
No.
Thank you so much for coming on Innerviewworld.
Thank you. Thanks for coming out. Yeah, thank you. Taking the time out to ask us some deep cut questions, the hard questions.